Hi everybody, hope everyone's having a great day. I am not too happy about leaving the house today without a hat on, hence the little to no hair. I told one of my good friends a while back that I was going to get a hold of a clinic and get some hair plants or get me a wig, get me a toupee. And they said, why, you still have a head full of hair? And I said, well, you have this thing called a hairline that I had at one time. It's gone. It just keeps going further and further back. But you know what? It's going to be okay. So let's talk about conversations that we've had or that we need to have. Conversations that we rehearse in our heads but never have. Not because we don't care. It's mainly because we're scared of what might change. And I'm talking to myself too. I can't tell you guys how many times I wished I could go back in time and have that conversation with my uncle or uncles or my dad or any other family member or friend that's not here anymore. Just talking about different things, bothersome things. Just a squirrel. I have a lot of those. And I had somewhere I was going with this, and I just lost that train of thought. But let's talk about self-worth and honesty. Admitting, or I'm going to talk about me. Admitting that I was unhappy. I was unhappy with practically my entire life. I looked for acceptance. I looked for self-worth in other people, places. I never thought I was good enough, and I never thought that I would amount to anything. I had my mindset that I was never going to amount to anything. I was never going to graduate college. I was never going to have a successful career. And then one day I started thinking differently. And I'm sure I've touched on this in other videos previously, but I remember one of the conversations I had with my dad not long before he passed away was, son, you've got to get back in school. You've got to get your education. You've got to get a degree. If you're going to work at Walmart, if you're going to make a career out of it, you need a degree. Now, one of the good things about Walmart is the positions that I have held, all but one didn't require a degree. There was a position I held at one time that did require a degree. And that was one of the deciding factors, or one of the deciding factors that pushed me to get back in school, is I know that if I was going to go into HR management, I had to get a degree. But you have to let go of who you thought you would be. My thought was I was never going to be anybody. And then once I started losing the weight, once I started back into school and seeing that I wasn't a complete idiot and that I could actually focus on studying, I could actually do things, and I could actually pass a class. Passing high school by the skin of my teeth. If any of my old high school teachers are listening, thank you for passing me. But you get to a point where you're so overwhelmed in your own thoughts, whereas I was, that I was never going to amount to anything. You get burned out in your own thoughts. You get lonely. It's lonely doing it yourself. And even now, I was my own worst enemy when it came to my thoughts. I thought the worst in every situation. I never seen any good in it. I was my worst enemy. Then something started changing when I started getting a little bit of confidence in myself. And I started turning those negative thoughts into positive thoughts, positive reinforcement, thanking my family and friends for not giving up on me, beginning to ask questions, have those hard conversations that I never wanted to have in the past, and showing love instead of being bitter and hateful and a brat all the time. Showing some love. There are times expressing that love at the right time, showing kindness to others, and talking and discussing things with people. We're all in this together. Everybody is going through something. And that's one thing I can say. Now, here I am entering my 7th year of having weight loss surgery, losing over 300 pounds, being successful with that, having a successful career, education, etc. And not that I think I'm better than anybody else. No. Some of you might think I carry that attitude, but I don't. I promise you. I've got plenty of people that know how to knock me down a notch. But being able to show that to other people, that you can, when you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want to do. There's been times I look at myself in the mirror and I still hate what I see because I see a lot of excess skin. Yes, I've had 2 corrective surgeries and I'm going to have 2 more in the next 1.5 to 2 years because I don't like what I see. I want all that skin gone. But I know I've done it. I can look in the mirror and I apologize to my body for putting my body through so much hell, eating, killing myself, and just not knowing what I was doing to my body. And I'm grateful. I'm blessed that my body didn't give up on me, that I did not develop health issues, long-term health issues due to my overweightness, because I was overweight practically my entire life. Thanking my body for not giving up on me, seeing this through. And I was looking at this picture of my nephew and I from 10 years ago, and then I compared it to a picture from Christmas, and I sent it to my brother, and I said, well, on the left, I couldn't even fit my fat face in the frame, whereas on the left, plenty of room. And I laugh about it now, but I can't help but look at that picture and think, wow, I was miserable. There was a smile there, but I was miserable. So I said all that to say, if you're avoiding having conversations with a spouse, a family member, or a friend, don't hesitate anymore. Do it now. You do not want to be that person that wishes one day you had that conversation sooner. Have it. Write it down in a letter. Send that text. Make that phone call. Do that face-to-face conversation. It's a lot easier than you think, guys. Till next time.